Oh 7 citizens, my name is Black and welcome to my channel CasaBLACK Gaming, where my house is your house. Now those of you who know me from my channel know that I normally am a pretty positive guy. I mean, I literally say to keep it positive at the end of every one of my videos, but I do sometimes have some clashing or negative opinions about any game that I play, and so even though I never want to come off as grumpy, I do think there are some valid complaints that I can share, but I will also offer up some constructive feedback and not just complain for the sake of complaining. After all, Star Citizen is an alpha and needs feedback and not more drama. So with as little negative emotions as possible, let's get to my complaint. Now this complaint came about as 324.1 hit the server and I found myself going through my freight elevator at my personal hangar, which of course has all kinds of stuff in it since our last wipe in the 318 branch. I went to a few shops on Orison and just started trying to clear out the junk or extra items that I've accumulated since then. I had hundreds of multi-tools, attachments, med guns, and all sorts of other armor, weapons, and more that quite literally took me hours to sell, which all in total was around 600,000 AUEC worth of items, with the average item selling for around 200 credits each. So you can see how it took so long. But before I continue my rant, I am quite aware that you can sell some items in bulk by putting them into a store-all container and then selling the container with the items inside. However, there are limitations to this, such as the kiosk must also sell those store-all containers in order for you to be able to sell it back. And the kiosk must also be able to buy the items in the container. For instance, I put a bunch of cosmetic clothing into a container, as you see here, and took it to a clothing shop. Well, that shop does not sell those containers, and even though I could find the container as a source at the clothing shop and I could open it and see the items that I wanted to sell, I could not sell them all at once. So again, I would have to sell each piece of clothing individually. I took this same crate to a place that I know sells and buys crates, but I would only be able to sell just the crate. The clothing items inside were all listed as 0 value. So again, this did me no good. So going back to my complaint about selling so many items, it took me hours to do so. So the question is, why did it have to take that long to sell items? Now, any game with an inventory and the ability to sell to vendors usually only takes minutes to sell and organize. With Star Citizen though, this is one area that has been lacking ever since they put in being able to sell our items to vendors in update 317. Star Citizen drastically needs the ability to sell items in bulk. Yes, there is an option to put in a number of like items you would like to sell, but that was not working as I was trying to sell my items. Even using quick sell, while faster than just going into the sell screen, is still not very fast. I would like a checkbox option where you can just go through and check the items you want to sell and then hit sell all. To me, this would be a much better solution than what we currently have. This might also make people go out and actually loot more to sell, because as it stands now, I actually leave loot on the table instead of trying to make every bit of AUEC that I possibly can, because I simply don't feel like going through the hassle of fighting with those kiosks. And another suggestion while I'm on this subject would be to allow selling directly either from our freight elevators, perhaps at a reduced rate, maybe a convenience fee if you will, or to have some pawn shop type of store located at every station that will buy everything instead of having to only go to a specific shop that sells that specific item. Again, this pawn shop could be at a reduced rate for convenience, and if you want to get the full value, you would take the items to the actual stores that sell them. Setting up a new shop type is a lot more work, so I would be okay with selling from the freight elevators for the time being if this is easier, but something would be better than nothing. Anyway, that is all, and thank you for hearing my complaint. Now, if you found this helpful or would like to help amplify this complaint, the easiest way to do so is to share the video, like, and go ahead and comment down below on any suggestions that you have that you'd like to see. Let's have a conversation about it, and why not go ahead and join my Discord where me and others have some good conversations about all things Star Citizen and more. Anyway, I've been Black, and thank you for watching, and let's try to keep it positive out there as we make our way through this non-perfect verse.